Nick Diaz reacts to his brother's fight against Leon Edwards. Nick Diaz says he took harder punches watching his brother fight Leon Edwards than he ever has in sparring or any fights. Nick sat down with Brett Okamoto to discuss a number of topics. One of the topics was how he felt watching his younger brother fight Leon Edwards at UFC 263. For those of you who don't know, Diaz lost the fight by unanimous decision, but he almost knocked out Leon Edwards in the 5th round. Here's what Nick Diaz had to say about the fight.
Oh, of me fighting, or?
Yeah, well, since you watched Nate and everything that he went through that week.
It was hard, man. I watched him get sewed up, and I was just, you know, it was timing. I was stressed out about a lot of other things, and then I watched that, and I was like, wow. It took a lot out of me. It was good for me too, but it's just, there was things that were good about it, for me to be there, and then there's things that weren't good. But it's just a lot to deal with, Being away for 5 years and coming back and seeing that was really something new, It really kind of knocked my block off, I took harder punches watching that than I ever did in sparring or in any fights. It's just my brother, it's my baby brother, It's hard to watch him fight.
Do you feel like,
Diaz says he's unsure why he's facing Robbie Lawler. Nick Diaz will make his highly anticipated return at UFC 266 when he runs it back with Robbie Lawler since their first fight 17 years ago at UFC 47. In their first fight, Nick Diaz won by 2nd round knockout, though this time the fight will be at 185, which was a decision that was made earlier this week. Speaking with Brett Okamoto, Diaz talked about his confusion on why he's fighting Robbie Lawler. This is what he said.
What do you have, Usman? I think I'll beat Usman. I had a better shot at beating Usman than I do Lawler, just because because I already beat Lawler. This doesn't make sense for me to go in there and fight Robbie Lawler again. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing this. This should not happen. Whoever set this up is an idiot. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why this happened. I should be fighting Kamaru Usman, and that's it.
Canelo shares his thoughts on Jake Paul. The pound-for-pound best boxer in the world, Canelo Alvarez, shares his honest opinion on Jake Paul, suggesting that it might be good for boxing. When asked about Paul, Canelo had some good things to say about him. Here are some of the things that he said.
Man, November 6th, big fight. And look, everyone probably asks you about Jake Paul. I gotta ask. Listen, are you a little impressed with him, a little bit, with his boxing?
Oh, it's hard to say that, but man, it's maybe it's good for boxing, bringing other audience. So we don't know.
Boxing.
We don't know, but
right.
It is what it is.
You're the man.
Thank you.
Okay.
It shows Dillon Danis getting choked out by a security guard before his arrest. For those of you who don't know, Danis was arrested and charged after an incident that took place in a bar in New Jersey. Now in this video, it shows a security guard applying a rear naked choke on Dillon Danis to restrain him, and it looks like Dillon tapped out in the video. Anyways, here's the video for you guys to see for yourselves.
I'm good, let me go.
He's already through.
Did the bartender there get hit?
Yeah, he did.
Jake Paul sends a final message to Tommy Fury. In this video, Jake Paul claims Fury has been declining his offers and that he's making a final offer to Fury. He also reacts to Dillon Danis' arrest. Here's the video.
Alright, so this is the last time I'm speaking about this guy if we don't end up fighting, because I'm starting to get pissed off. Tommy Fury's about to fumble the biggest bag of his life. Tommy, I made you famous. I gave you the biggest payday of your life. You came to the US, got your US debut for your dream to come true. I gave you a chance to shine in front of the whole entire world, and now I'm offering to quadruple the biggest payday of your life that I gave you to fight me. For everyone at home, this is what happens when you give someone clout, when you give them an ego. They start to think they're better than they actually are. I have dozens of other fighters calling me out every single week, Tommy. You're replaceable. It's the same thing that I told Dillon Danis in our DMs. I told Dillon there is definitely potential to negotiate up to $1 million, and if I have to take some of my own purse to get this done, I will. I told Dillon I personally want to fight you the most, but A, if you don't take it right now, the odds of us fighting in the future are very slim, and B, obviously this is the biggest fight you will most likely ever see, and C, we have other offers out there, so you need to make a decision in less than 72 hours. Dillon fumbled his bag. He didn't want to fight, and guess what? I am never going to fight Dillon Danis ever. He missed the biggest opportunity of his life. He thought I was joking around. And now Dillon Danis is in jail. Tommy, do you want to end up in jail? Take the fight, Tommy. You're too busy taking Molly instead of taking fights. I told Dillon Danis you're replaceable as fuck and you have to accept that. Let's just take a look of the Google trends over the past 12 months. I'm in the blue, Tommy's in the red. Only time Tommy spikes is when I talk about him. Tommy, no one gives a fuck about you if it wasn't for your older brother, who I respect, or your catfish girlfriend. We all made you famous. You didn't make yourself famous. Let's see what the people have to say. Timmy about to fumble the biggest bag of his career. How are you gonna talk all that shit and then back out? LMAO, Tommy is really scared to fight Jake. KSI and Tommy both scared. There must be some UK shit going on. Y'all are bitch made. Jake doesn't even need this fight, to be honest. He can fight if he wanted to fight someone better. My opponent busy beating his chest in the club. They're all dodging the GOAT Jake Paul. Tommy, it's like Eminem said, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Make the right choice.